Welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show. Ryder, St Kilda supporters, gather around the television because this was a win to remember for quite some time coming for the expense of the Western Bulldogs. 10-7-67 to 9-10-64. It was a thrilling game from go to woe, really. And joining us now is the captain of the St Kilda Football Club, and Jarryn Geary. Jarryn, first of all, before we talk about the game, congratulations on the birth of young Freddie.
Freddie.
Thanks, guys. Yes, week and a bit old now, so he's going really well. Mum's doing a good job. I haven't had to do too much over the last 10 days.
That's amazing. He has never seen St Kilda lose a final in his life, Jarryn.
And the first hub baby?
Sorry?
First hub baby, is it?
Is that right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think he was.
While we're on that then, Jarryn, what's the update on Jake Carlisle and that hub baby?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what Jake's going to do. I think he's having a conversation today or tomorrow with Rats and Simon Lethlean to work out what's best for him. So whatever he decides to do, we'll support. It's a tough situation being up here and being away from a family. He's got 2 young kids and Mal at home, who's obviously heavily pregnant. So whatever he decides to do, we'll support, and he'll make that decision, I'm sure, early this week.
Jarryn, we'll take a look at some of the highlights. And it was a hot afternoon there at the Gabba. It was a really tight first quarter. Obviously, Josh Bruce, your ex-teammate, kicked the first goal. But pretty much from quarter time onwards, I thought it was a dominant display from St Kilda where yourself, Dougal Howard, Paddy Ryder, King, you dominated the airways, and then obviously you stopped their run and carry with their handball link-up.
Yeah, I think our first 3 quarters were pretty positive yesterday, and then obviously the last quarter they got on top of us a little bit, which is a little bit disappointing. But I thought we played some really good footy for the first 3 quarters, which was really pleasing. And a couple of things in the last quarter we'll have to look at and obviously improve this week.
What do you think happened in that last quarter? Did you go safe, you think, in that sense?
Yeah, I think we did go a little bit, a little bit shy with the ball and probably a little bit reserved with, compared to what we'd been playing. So probably, played a little bit into their hands, and they were able to get sort of mid-turnover and have, the ball in their front half for periods of the time. So, something we need to address because, finals footy is always going to be hot in the team. When they're down by that amount, they're going to try and take their opportunities and take risks, and we sort of stop playing to a degree, which is something that played into their hands.
Jarryn, I want to ask you about your game and your role on Caleb Daniel. You couldn't have executed it better. At what stage of the week were you informed that that's the role you would be playing?
We sort of spoke about it a couple of weeks ago that it might be a possibility. I mean, he's been in really good form. He's obviously All-Australian, and him and Joe Hannison give him great drive out of the back half. So it was something we spoke about, but the decision really didn't come until late in the week that we're 100% going to go with that. I still think he had a little bit of influence on the game. He's a pretty good player, but I was able to have an impact as well, which was pleasing. But I still thought he had his moments. He's a pretty handy player.
The Saints put a bit of work into him indeed, Nath, because we did ask Ruffy yesterday on Triple M about Caleb Daniel. He said he's kicked out 63 times this year and played on 51 times. So they'd done a bit of work there, did some good homework.
Did some good homework. You had some senior players who had played finals. Bradley Hill, yourself, has played in one. But I thought Dan Hannebery's work yesterday in the clinches was pretty good for a man who's had his injury concerns, but his clearance work was great.
Oh, yeah, it's been brilliant to have Hannah's back the last few weeks. I think if you had asked me 5 or 6 weeks ago if I thought we were going to have Hannah's again this year, I probably would have laughed at you considering what he's been through over the last couple of years. But he's been invaluable for us the last couple of weeks. He's a really energetic and upbeat guy, and he does get a laugh out of the boys with some of the stuff he does around the footy club. But he's performing really strongly, and I think he's played in 20-odd finals, so his experience is something that we really need, and his game yesterday was terrific.
So was Max King's, Gears. Love to see his first final, just a young boy. He took 5 really good marks, kicked a couple of goals. And this is what wins games. Big forwards. Don't worry about you little midfielders. We need these big forwards clunking them, Gears.
Yeah, no, it's exciting to watch Maxie. We love the way he goes about it. And when Ivan played a lot forward, but yesterday sitting under some of those high balls and watching him launch was pretty impressive. So he's got a big future for the footy club. He's someone we see as a player for the next decade that Saints fans can be really excited about, and hopefully next week he can emulate some of the stuff he did yesterday.
Jarryn, many people thought Paddy Ryder was best of field, and then he pinged a hamstring late in the game. How difficult was it as a member of a winning finals team to be celebrating that moment, but at the same time to be commiserating with him that his season is most likely finished?
Oh yeah, it's disappointing to see Paddy going through that, and he's going to get a scan now. So hopefully it's on the minor side. Clearly, he'll probably miss this week. We're hopeful, but he'll probably miss this week. So it's disappointing, and just to see how much it means to him, it's something that you don't want to see. But he's been terrific for the footy club. He's a great guy, and he's been really important for us. So, hopefully it's on the minor side. But if not, we've obviously got Rowan Marshall, who's a big man that will fill that void. But it's really disappointing for someone who puts in so much effort for us week after week.
We spoke about the players who have limited finals experience, and there was a lot of young players out there, but I thought Caulfield's job yesterday off the halfback flank, as well as Hunter Clark, they made the right decisions at the right time, particularly in the last quarter. Caulfield, 4 intercept marks under extreme pressure early stage that last quarter when the Dogs were coming hard.
Yeah, it's a great experience for those guys to be playing finals football, but they've been pretty good and really strong down there throughout the whole year. We've got a young back line, with Ben Long and Ben Patton. Dougal Howard's still really young, so we've got a really young back line, and for those guys to stand up yesterday was obviously huge for them, and it'll give them great confidence going into this week. And like I said, they've been really strong all year, but to do that in the finals is something that is really pleasing for the footy club, for those guys. Nick Caulfield's only 20, so to play like that and perform like that in the big stage is really pleasing.
The votes yesterday, Paddy Ryder, who we touched on, is going to be a massive loss. Best on ground, Dan Hannebery, he's been brilliant since coming back into the team. I loved Howard's game, and we haven't mentioned Membry, but 9 marks, 9 score involvements, a couple of goals. He worked extremely hard. 16 disposals as well, yeah.
Jarryn, back into it on Friday night against Richmond at Metricon. Now, they might have had a little psychological win there, the Tigers, by getting their own way by playing at Metricon, which is only a short walk for them, essentially, and you guys got a 3-hour bus trip. Make any difference?
No, we don't mind. We've sort of just taken everything in our stride this year, and I think we'll drive up Thursday afternoon and stay up there like we did the previous game against Hawthorn, and might be good for me to get up there and get a good night's sleep away from the 2 little ones, so I'm pretty happy with that.
All right, so you weren't surprised at all when Richmond put a bid in for Metricon?
I think we were aware of it as soon as their game had finished. They were pretty keen to have a final at Metricon, and we thought it was going to be the Friday night, so we were all over it. So, like I said, we'll just deal with it like everything else we've dealt with this year and get over there and hopefully perform really strongly.